Hey, hi, hello. My name is Cleverly Jones and welcome back to my channel. Today we're here to discuss the Netflix documentary American Nightmare Episode 2. Now I've recorded Episode 1 and if you haven't got a chance to see it, please check it out. I'll have a link somewhere. Just click on it and it'll take you to my review of Episode 1. Let's get started on Episode 2 called Gone 2. Opens up with an interview. The interviewer is interviewing Denise. Denise talks about being locked in a trunk with blacked out goggles and she has been drugged. Denise states that she is taking mental notes. She is actually counting the turns in the corners that the car is taking. She thought they went on the highway, so she does remember that. So when they got to the house, Denise remembers being placed on the cold concrete floor. She heard a lot of activity in the background. She heard the duct tape. She heard scrubbing. And then the kidnapper reiterates to her that this wasn't meant for her, that this was meant for Andrea. The kidnapper also tells Denise that Aaron is behind the whole thing. Now, Denise says that she heard French pop music, which she actually admitted to liking. She says she thought the kidnapper was very polite. Now, the kidnapper told Denise that since they don't have any collateral, because remember in the first episode, Aaron wasn't able to come up with the money, that the kidnapper, he told Denise that he would need to sleep with her. He said that this would ensure that she wouldn't go to the cops. Now, to me, this was an odd statement for the kidnapper to make. If anything, to me, this would make her go to the cops even more. I mean, you're actually assaulting her and abusing her. So I would think that if you rape her, that she would actually, seek out the cops and not his thinking. So that just tells you that the kidnapper, he was already off, but this made him seem even more off. Denise admits that when she was assaulted by the kidnapper that she didn't fight back because she thought it would make things worse. And that's understandable to me. I mean, why make the situation worse than what it has to be? You're already going through a traumatic event. Why do something to anger the person that has you captured? After the assault takes place, Denise is allowed to take off her goggles when she's in the room by herself. She is allowed to take a shower. She thinks at this point that he's actually conditioning her. After removing the goggles, Denise tries to find a way to escape. And the kidnapper comes in and tells Denise that his associates are coming over, and he tells her not to engage with his associates and to pretend that she's sleeping. Denise talks about recording the proof of life message. She says that she was given sedatives before she recorded the message, and that's why in the message she's so calm. After this, the kidnapper comes to Denise and tells her that he needs to re-record himself sleeping with her and it needs to appear consensual. The kidnapper gives Denise wine and booze, and she says she drinks it because she's trying to numb herself. And the kidnapper also shows Denise a video of her father making the press release. After Denise saw the video, she says she broke down and the kidnapper tried to console her. Now, after all this occurs, the kidnapper takes Denise home. He takes Denise to Huntington Beach due to the police presence in Vallejo. Now, my question is, how did he know where Denise's parents lived? I thought that was really weird, and that part of the documentary wasn't addressed. I mean, did she tell him where her father stayed, or how did he get this information? And the kidnapper told her that she could not tell anybody that he was originally in the military or that they had sex. The kidnapper told Denise that he would be watching her and her family, and if she said anything, they would all be in danger. The kidnapper drops Denise off on Utica Street, and it's a street that she recognizes because she grew up on that street. So the video of Denise walking back to her childhood home, it strikes me as a bit weird. She comes home with a bag and a backpack, so I don't know, something about that screamed odd to me. Now, Denise goes to her neighbor's house because her dad isn't home. Remember, he's in Vallejo searching for her. The neighbors call the cops and the cops come over to interview Denise. The cops ask Denise if she's been assaulted, and at that point, she lies and says she hasn't been assaulted. She's just lying because of the threat that the kidnapper gave her before he released her. The Vallejo police did offer Denise immunity if she just told the truth, because at this point, they're still thinking that she made everything up and that she's involved in her own kidnapping. Denise gets in contact with an attorney, Doug Rappaport. He advises Denise not to give any more statements and not to contradict herself. He lets Denise know that the police still think this is a hoax. The attorney also lets Denise know that the police had a press conference, and during that press conference, they threw Denise under the bus. When Denise finally meets with the attorney, she tells him everything, including the assault. And the attorney says he believed her. He believed everything that she told him. The attorney advises Denise to go ahead and get an assault exam. However, the police want Denise to give a statement first before letting her have the exam, which is weird. You would think they would want to preserve any evidence. But again, I know they were operating on this being a hoax and her being a part of her own kidnapping. But by the off chance that she wasn't, wouldn't you want her to go get the exam first? So I thought that was weird that the cops were already just acting based on their assumptions and not true, not actual facts. However, Denise agrees to go and speak with the cops. In the interrogation room, there's an FBI agent present. His name is David Sesma. Matt Mustard is also present in the interrogation room. Denise doesn't trust the cops at this time, and I don't blame her. But she begins to recount her story to them. She tells the cops about everything that happened, including the assault. However, Denise's attorney realizes that the cops don't believe her at all. Doug, Denise's attorney, reaches out to Aaron's attorneys. They confirm that Denise and Aaron's stories match. However, Aaron finds out that Denise was assaulted, and this is just a blow to him because he didn't want her hurt. The FBI agent doesn't believe Denise, and he's asking her to come clean with the real story. The FBI agent has the gall to compare Denise's story to Gone Girl, the movie. The attorney says that this is confirmation bias, and basically confirmation bias is the tendency to interpret new evidence as a confirmation of one's existing beliefs. He took everything that Denise told him and attributed it to the Gone Girl movie. So basically, he's trying to splice it together to fit his own narrative instead of believing what she said was the truth. Denise's attorney says that if she's convicted, her life will basically be over. She was facing lying to a federal agent, and for that, she could receive 18 months in a federal prison and a lifetime of people distrusting her. Now, Denise requests to see Aaron. Because of the assault, she believes that Aaron would see her differently. And Denise tells Aaron that she doesn't want him to be with her just because of the assault. If you recall from episode 1, they were having relationship issues before the kidnapping occurred. So she didn't want him just to feel sad for her and to continue the relationship. Because of that, she wanted him to be in the relationship because he actually loved her. Aaron states that because the police don't believe them, they have nobody protecting them, and the kidnapper is still out there. So for them, they're living in constant fear. Now, at this time, the media is still throwing Denise and Aaron under the bus, saying that they don't believe them. However, the crime reporter Henry Lee receives an email from the actual kidnapper. In that email, the kidnapper confesses to the crime, and he mentions important details that Denise and Aaron mentioned in their story. The email contained photos, which included photos of the weapon and photos of the room that Denise was kept in. The kidnapper also mentions the white Mustang that drove Denise to that location. The crime reporter and the kidnapper had a correspondence going back and forth. Like he emailed the reporter several times, basically taking credit for the crime, and he didn't want Denise to be blamed or to say that it was an actual hoax. He wanted people to know that he committed the crime. The kidnapper actually said that if the media didn't apologize to Denise, that he would kidnap somebody else. So that's the end of episode 2. If you like my review, please hit the like button. And if you're not a subscriber, please make sure to subscribe. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't checked out episode 1, make sure to check that out. And I'll see you soon for the next